Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Well, hello. This is Cindy Lee, your host at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. A little bit about the podcast. I started blogging on travel and fun, and of course, anything fun like being a comedian or marketing off your bucket list. And all these years later, so I started my podcast in 2017, and now we're in 2025. And now the podcast has really amazing national holidays, and so National World Laughter Day, and we have Rob Little in the house.
Yeah.
So you originally came in for National Naked Day and all kinds of. You've been on 2 or 3 times, so it's been pretty amazing. But today is National World Laughter Day.
Okay, let me stop you. Let me just stop you. How many people have been on more than 3 times? A lot? Damn it. I want it to be like Saturday Night Live, like how many times people have hosted, and like now I'm 4, so now I'm in the 4 members club or whatever, and
and who knows, it could be more because we did some snippets from the larger video too. So
this is true.
Yeah, like when we were talking about how to be an ambassador with National Day Calendar and stuff like
that.
So let's get into it. World Laughter Day. What does that mean to you today?
It's the best day ever besides Carrot Cake Day. That's my favorite.
So is that your other national holiday?
That's my favorite is Carrot Cake Day, yeah. The Laughter Day, though, how awesome is that? Like, who doesn't need more laughter in their life, right?
Exactly. And you and several other comedians are featured in my upcoming book, Growing Your Business Through Referrals. Although it's a business networking, it teaches you how to build those relationships online and in person. But it also teaches you the importance of having laughter every day. And it's not just about business, it's about every single day life,
Right. It just makes you feel better too.
Yes.
Like there's even those classes you can take where it's like a workout, a laughter workout. Have you ever seen those?
No, but I did attend a seminar about 15 years ago where the host made us laugh as long as we could. He wanted us to laugh, I believe, a half hour. And I think I went 5 minutes, but it's actually a really great exercise. And I talk about it in my book. And even when you get up in the morning, I have one of my friends featured in the book that talks about when he gets up in the morning, he just laughs and smiles and then he gets out of bed. Yeah, just to kind of change the whole trajectory of what might happen in your day. We just don't know what's going to happen each and every day.
That would be cool to do, except if you have somebody spending the night and she's laying there and I'm like, and I start, how creepy would that be? Just wake her up laughing and she's like, what is going on? And you're like,
it's my daily ritual. Sorry, girl. All right, let's play this video real quick. Oh, Lord.
Oh, look at that handsome guy.
Never been married, no kids. And I'm an uncle, though. That's awesome. Any aunts or uncles out there tonight? Aunts or uncles? Isn't it awesome when they're not your kids? Oh, because my sister was so mean to me, and I used my nephew against her, right? Like, I'll pick him up, take him to a fair, feed him cotton candy. Like he's pooping sugar cubes by the end of the night, right? And then we get back to my place. He's like, I want to jump off the fridge. And I'm like, you can do it. And now 4 a.m. rolls around. I'm like, Brady, you got to go home, buddy. But before you do, here's a 4-foot-long pixie stick. There you go. There you go. Wash it down with this. It's called 5-hour energy drink. Oh, my nephew, too. He's at this age where he's just a little bright. He's 10 years old. And I don't know what is up with. Does anybody got kids 10 and under out there? Little ones? Yeah. You guys do? How old are your kids, darling? 15 and 14 and 13 and 9. I don't think you heard the question. The alligator eats the bigger number. I was looking for equal to or less than. For a moment, I thought you were giving me the lotto numbers. There was a lot. Well, thanks for taking a break to come out tonight. Wow, you guys got a lot of kids. 9-year-old boy or girl? Just a little brat at that age, right? You ever make the mistake and tell them they can have something, but don't give it to them right away? They don't shut up, right? My sister slipped and told my nephew they could have a pet, but didn't let him pick one out right away. And he wants a cat. And I'm like, oh, he's gay. No offense. But I was just like, no. I couldn't tell if you two were together or not, but I don't want to offend anybody. It doesn't bother me. I wouldn't even care if he was. It's not about that. It's about I'm his uncle. I want to get him a dog. But he wants a cat because grandma's got a cat and he's grandma's little boy. So I told my sister, go get him a cat, right? But I don't even know where you get a cat. Like Salvation Army? I don't know where you get a cat. Just go out on the road and grab one. They're everywhere, right?
Oh my God. That was amazing.
That was fun to do, and I had some fun people in that crowd that day too. So it turned out really well. Everybody, it's a lot of people have cats, and a lot of people pay for them, and that's where it gets a little crazy to me because you can get 100 of them for free, but
wow. Well, let's talk about bucket lists. For me, I just founded a National Bucket List Day 3 years ago. We celebrated on the 24th. And one of my bucket lists actually is to do improv. I think I told you when I first met you 5 or 6 years ago that is my thing. And I think I want to talk about narcissistic people. I think that would be a fun talk.
You actually had a lot of bucket list items back then, and you've accomplished almost all of them.
Which ones were those?
I remember you wanted to do skydiving or something, and surfing. And then I know you did them.
Yes, now improv. So let's talk about you're living your ultimate bucket list. You're actually on an NCL cruise this week.
Yep.
And at the time of this video, you've already been on there and performed a few times. So let's talk about that bucket list. You're on an amazing ship with NCL, and you're doing what you love most, and that is to make people laugh.
Yeah, it's been my dream since I was 5 years old to be a comedian. And I never thought it would happen, to be honest. I really thought, being from a small town, that it was just going to be a dream. And then after college, I moved to Detroit and I started improv. I started improv first at Second City. And I was actually in the group with Keegan Michael Keys. He was main stage when I was starting. And it was awesome. I loved it. I loved improv, but I like stand-up more because I can do improv with the audience instead of with a group on stage. And then it's all, all coming from my head instead of having to share the stage with other people. And so that's why I like stand-up even more. So I've been doing it 27 years now.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's taken me all over the world, and I've met all kinds of awesome people, and it's just it's exciting. It's and it's nice to talk about it because when you're immersed in it, it's surprising how you kind of lose track of how much you love it, because it is a job. It's a real job, and people don't look at it that way. They think you're living like a vacation, and it's far from, being on these cruises is awesome, but it's far from a vacation. I'm here by myself. I'm doing, anywhere from 4 to 10 shows a cruise. I'm, and there's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of loneliness. There's, you're away from home, and you're by yourself. So it is cool. We get to see a lot of things, but it's not the dream that everybody thinks. It's still a job. and you gotta find the fun where you can, and stay positive. You know.
And it's just crazy that we're talking about NCL because that was at the end of my culinary career. I was a chef for 25 years. And so, what is the one thing that I want to do at the end of my career? Oh, let me go work for Norwegian Cruise Line. So
Yeah.
I spent some time there in Maui and Oahu and Kauai, and yeah, so it was pretty amazing. But that's actually what inspired me to start blogging about my travels, and then all these years later, now I own an agency and I'm creating these great memories. So let's talk about your tour dates, and then we'll go into some other stuff here on the show.
Yeah, how crazy is my tour dates? I am booked all the way through March of next year.
Oh, so you're at the Prima for, oh, okay. So let's talk about the cruise you're on right now.
This is a 2-week cruise, and it was out of New York City, and it goes to Iceland, Ireland, Paris, and London.
Wow.
Yeah. We were supposed to go to Halifax too, but listen to this. There were icebergs, and they didn't think it was safe enough to go through it. So we had to cancel Halifax.
Oh wow! It actually for my 65th birthday, I'm going to Ireland and Scotland, which is 5 years. I turned 60 the end of July of this year, but in 5 years, I'm like, where's it that I want to go? I want to go to Ireland and Scotland. So
Scotland is my dream because I found out through my DNA that we're like 50% Scottish.
So really?
Wow. My God, I want to go there and learn. And I found out there was a book about our family called The Little Clan. And
oh, really?
Yeah, we fought next to William Wallace back in the day. So it's pretty interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking more into my heritage as well because my dad is Scottish and Irish. And so I really want to, spend some time there. So if you just go to roblittle.com, you can see all the different cruises he's on. Also so we have stand up. So is most of the rest of the year, here's a comedy club in El Paso.
Oh yeah, I still do tons of comedy clubs. I do probably more comedy clubs than I do cruises.
Do you have Vegas coming up anytime soon, or LA?
Just did it not that long ago, so it's going to be at least a year for Vegas.
Oh, okay. Oh, Alaska. Oh, Holland America. Very nice.
So I just did Holland America, like not that over Christmas actually last year, and literally I had to do 2 shows. This is a cool story. I had to do 2 shows. As I came off stage, the first show, they already had sent me like how many offers, like 8 offers for more cruises. So it went really well. It was very exciting. I kind of thought Holland America was just for old people, but there was a lot of younger folks on there. And I think people think that in general, that cruises are just for older folks. And it's not that way anymore. It's opened up a lot more. I'll tell you one cool thing though. I just got on with Virgin Cruises.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No kids. And it is hands down
0, guys. 0. I mean, I love kids, but it's nice to do adult stuff with other
adults. Yeah. And this one is hands down my new favorite. So it was awesome.
And look what you're doing July 29th, my 60th birthday.
What am I doing?
Norwegian Escape.
Oh boy.
There you go. Yeah. So if you just go to roblittle.com, you can see all the different events he has coming up. And definitely you can follow him, subscribe on YouTube, and just go on here and you can check all the different accolades as well. So a really amazing person that you need to get to know and build a friendship with and laugh together. I mean, there's so many, and you could request for him to be on a ship for National Bucket List Day. Next year, we're going to be on the LA cruise that's doing the 8-day, 7-night cruise. So we're hoping.
Good chance I'll be on that with you. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So we have a few minutes left. What is your best tip for people to get out of a wreck? Because, people will be dealing with certain situations in their life. How can they turn that whole trajectory of that thinking? Like
if they're having some difficulties, you mean?
Yes.
That's a good question because I feel like I hate to say it, and I don't mean to bring it up during this, but I'm going through some difficult. I lost my mom not that long ago.
Yes.
And it's been a real struggle. and I gained a bunch of weight back. I was really down. Like even in that video you just showed, I was down a lot there, and I gained a lot of it back. And it's been a big struggle. And you know, I went through a pretty hard grieving experience with that, and I feel like I still am, to be honest. But now I'm kind of at the point where I like to celebrate her because she was awesome. And I'm trying to get back into, like, I'm got my workout stuff on because I'm working out as soon as we're done with this, and just trying to get back into it. You know, you got to find the what makes you happy in life, and try to do as much of it as you can. Life gets in the way, but you got to make time for yourself, and be around people you love, you know, and that'll help a lot.
Are you in a balcony today?
No, but I got here, I'll show you. I got a big old window.
Oh, okay. Your
Yep.
ocean view. Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
And that tray right there, that is like one of my number one favorite things to bring on the road with me, because if you want to lay in bed and watch a movie or something, boom, you got that tray right there. And it's been awesome. I love it, man.
Well, awesome. At the end of the show, I always ask, what is the one thing that you would like to pay it forward? Well, since you're on a cruise ship, what would you do for someone that you don't know, just to make a difference and make them smile?
You can't go wrong with a hug. A good hug makes everybody feel better. And I do a lot of that after my shows, and people will be like, "Oh, you're a good hugger." And I'm like, you got to put your whole self into it. That's why a lot of people don't do, they do the little, I'm just like, get in there,
Well, yeah, I kind of want to piggyback on that as well. Yeah, hugs are really important. But one of the things I like to do when I'm on a cruise ship, if I see a military person or veteran that has their hat on, I'll say, thank you for your service. And if they're older veteran, I'll say, thank you for coming home. It really makes a difference. And a lot of people I notice on the cruise ships don't really talk to the veterans. They don't say thank you or anything like that.
Almost all the cruise ships now have a day where they honor the veterans. So they'll have like
love that.
And you can go to that and thank them there too. So that's
exactly
cool. And they get up and they acknowledge every one of them. It's pretty neat.
And shout out to your website, and then we'll head out.
Yeah, if you could check out roblittle.com, and on all the social media, it's Rob Little or comedian Rob Little. And I'm very good about responding if you want to write me and ask anything. But other than that, yeah, roblittle.com. There you go.
All right. We'll see you here on the other side, guys, and have a wonderful day.